Howdy, this is Professor U.D. Guru coming to you from Synfonemia University, S-Y-N, not S-I-N. I don't believe in it. I believe in Synfonemia. That is my theory of everything, which states that the world is created from thoughts. So I'm kind of what you might call a radical Buddhist, but I can be any kind of Buddhist I want. That makes me a radical pseudo-Buddhist, which means that I don't follow any particular dogma, nor do I study any particular dogma. I had time for that when I was young, and it all went in one ear and out the other, hopefully. And here I am in southern Mindanao, bringing you a brand new Python app that I just finished yesterday. This is version 0 minus, so it's going to have some bugsy wugsies in it, but that's okay. We get a little thunder, later on we get a little rain, so you won't be able to hear me. That's probably a good thing. Anyway, here we are at Reality for Beginners YouTube channel, also known as Synfonemia University, your home for unfiltered, unscripted, unprofessional, unworlded truth as is. Now let's get this show on the road. You should buy this program if you're using Linux, and if you're not using Linux, Sublime Text, unregistered, because I didn't pay for it yet. I should, though. If you're on Linux, you should use this. If you're not on Linux, you should use Notepad++. I wrote my own, I made my own, what's this called, code editor called IA, and I don't use it because I got tired of working on it before I finished it. So I went back and did Num 101. It's called Numerology 101. And let's just fire it up and see what happens. There you go. Numerology 101 by Professor U.D. Guru. Synfonemia is a system of thought where the universe is created by thought, and the more complex thoughts are created by more basic elemental thoughts. There are elements of thought, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And numerology works the same way, so you might say that Synfonemia was kind of inspired by numerology, which I've been doing for 45 years. Here are your instructions. If you know how to read, read this. I'm not going to read it for you. You can pause the video and read it yourself if you want. Done. Whoops. That goes on the do list. You're not supposed to turn off everything. I turned off everything. Show you how to fix it though. Control F. Close. Wow, there's 35 of those. I shouldn't use that word. Oh, I see. I should have went like this. Self.close. I'm pretty sure this will work right now. This should only close this dialogue like that. Okay. There's only 3 modules. This is just some text. There's not much here, but this one, the main module, is only 1,000 lines long, 1,300, pretty close. It's simple. It needs to be improved, but I don't think it needs to be improved very badly. I've worked pretty hard on this. Now let me show you why I decided to do this. Why I decided to finish this, because, you know, finishing something isn't my thing. But I did spend, the Christmas holidays finishing this, because I had set it aside to do something else. And then once you set coding aside, it's hard to pick it up again, because you got to read your own code, which is a little bit like, you know, pulling out your own teeth. But I forced myself to do it, and then I managed to complete, version 0 minus of Numerology 101, and I'll show you why I bothered. Let's say that we have a name. That's going to be my name, the ones my parents gave me. I have more than one name, but this is the one my parents gave me. Okay, now that says I'm a 371. Oops, something missing down here. There's supposed to be a bunch of buttons down here. Oh, here's your problem. No such column note 433. I'll show you how to fix that. I moved this from one database table to another, this field called note. I couldn't even believe it. Well, I can just do that. Okay, there you go. Now this says I'm a 371. So if you click the 371 button, you get, these are all the people that are, Donald Scott Roberts, and creator of this app. This shows the first few sentences in the notes. There's more in the notes on some of these. You can tell it's truncated. It just stops. There's a way to see it all, which is to go here. See, now it's all there. If it was long, it would all be there. Anyway, we'll get around to that. Now these are related. See, you got a 1 and a 3, you 1 and a 3, 1 and a 3. Here's a 1 and a 7, 1 and a 7. See, I'm a 371, so 178 is going to be related to 371. There's a 1 and a 3, 1 and a 3, a 3 and a 7, a 3 and a 7, a 3 and a 7, a 1 and a 7, a 7 and a 1, 731, all three numbers, but the order's different. And then a 7 and a 3. So these are the ones that are related by, by at least 2 digits. So if you click each one, you're going to get, and they're back down here. They don't destroy the dialogue. They just minimize them so you can bring them back. So if you click this and nothing happens, like that, it's because it's down here. You got to click it down here. I'm on Linux Mint, but this program will work on Windows. If it doesn't, let me know, and I'll tell you how much it'll cost you to have me make a few changes. Just kidding. I'll probably do it for free because I'm a sucker. I'm one of those suckers that was born every minute, I'm getting ready to show you something amazing. We're going to get all AKAs or synonyms for the current word or name. We do words here too, not just names. Okay, those are all my teeny tiny little names. Let's take a look here. I have many names. Do you see anything odd about this? There are 81 configurations, numerologically speaking. There they are. 81, because there's 9 digits and 9 varieties. 9 times 9 is 81, something like that. That's not the scientific version, but it's true that there are 81 of these. 9 times 9 is 81. Okay, 371 is just 1. There's 437. See, that one's related to me. So if you got, say, 8 to 10 nicknames that you've had throughout your life, and there is a great deal of overlap or intersection amongst your numerology configurations for each of those names, that is statistically unlikely because there are 81. You don't see any 224s here. You don't see any 426s here. You don't see any 663s here. You see stuff that's closely related. There's a 371. There's a 731. There's a 887. Another 887. Another 887. These are the names that I have used throughout my life, pretty much all of them. Now you got see a preponderance of sevens. An 819. There's another 819. There's another 819. So do your first name, your middle name, your last name. Each of those has their own significance. 775. That's the same as Donald Trump, by the way. And the word Donald itself is also a 775. So interesting. Let's see, what else is there? There's not that much variety. This is all the same. And there's lots of eights, too, because you got 887 times 3 of them. Okay, so you got an 843. There's an 8. There's a 3. There's two 843s, Gunther and Luther. Okay, so they got a lot of letters in common, but that don't mean a whole heck of a lot. It's statistically speaking, it means something, though. I'm not trying to make something out of nothing. And so here you got your 685. There's hardly any sixes in here, hardly any. But if you take and add one more, because people used to call me limbo and other people used to call me lust. If you do limbo, and lust, then you get all these sixes and six nines and 696s and 966s. So, but you're still not going to get a bunch of twos. There's no twos in there, which I think that's why they used to call me a INTJ, or some people used to call me Asperger's, but I told them to stop. So they don't speak to me anymore. All synonyms. Synset is a set of synonyms, or AKAs, as the case may be, if it's a name. Okay? And here's my description of that. Okay, so there's a lot that you can do with this app besides just figure out someone's numbers. In order to close all these, you unfortunately have to close the app. So that's kind of that could be improved, obviously. All right, so I think you should be impressed with that list of names. I mean, you could put any of them in and get the same list. Get all AKAs or synonyms. I think you should be impressed with this. In fact, when there was only 5 of them, the first 5, I asked Grok, my best friend Grok, what's the likelihood, statistically speaking, of so much repetition? Because in the first 5 that I asked Grok about, before I added in these others, you got 2 887s, an 819, and then I remember somewhere in the back of my head, isn't there a 731? Oh, yeah, Luther Limberluck. Yeah. 731 and 371. Okay, and then I just, what the heck? I got to remember them all. So I remembered them all. And, I think Grok told me the chances of this happening in these first 5 is 14,000 to 1, 14,137 or some darn thing. I don't know. That's what convinced me to finish this app, because, numerology works. That's why I've been doing it for 45 years. I might act like a big fat dummy, but I'm not that stupid. Numerology does in fact work, and there's no particular reason for it, scientifically speaking, but I'm just going to demonstrate this program for you anyway by putting I've been collecting names. I used to have a different app that I stopped using because I didn't want to mess anything up or do anything twice. But I put in all the stuff from my old app. Now, for example, I'm just going to show you, let's see. The name Tommy Lee Jones just leapt into my mind for some reason now. So this is how I do it. Let's go open up. Let's just get a full name for him. It's probably Tommy Lee Jones, but Jones is a Welsh name. Did you know that? Tommy Lee Jones. He's an old friend of Al Gore. He's 79 years old. I'm 69. He's older than me. Okay, so I usually just go to Wikipedia, in spite of the fact that Wikipedia needs to be replaced by something respectable that doesn't lie about people, and I paste that right there. And the parts I don't want, I just get rid of. You can do what you want here. Just put some notes in so you know who this is. And then I say actor. I like to say what they do for a living. All right, so this is going to calculate it, but it's not going to put it in the database. So here you go. It got a Y. That could be a vowel or a consonant. In this case, it's a vowel. So I'm going to click the V. It turned green. Now I'm going to close the dialog, and it's done. He's a 729. Okay, that's kind of an intense person. And here are the other configurations that are related to that, because they got a 7 and a 9, a 2 and a 9, a 7 and a 9, a 7 and a 2, a 7 and a 2, etc. Okay, so that's how that works. When you're in here, you can just go tab. It goes straight to here, which kind of convenient. Now, if you do your friends and relatives, mark them private like this before you hit calculate and save. That way, if somebody wants a copy of your database and you got like thousands of words and names in there, but you don't want to show them your personal friends and private families and stuff, you don't have to go through the database and delete everybody, because the program has saved private ones in a special way, so that all you have to do is copy current database and exclude private names. You click that and you go into your, what you may call here, it's Num 101 copy. There it is. That's what it's going to look like. You'll get a chance to call it what you want and to save it where you want. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So you can put anything you want in there, but private stuff, mark it private. This is going to say public by default. Superman. Calculate. He is a 988. Oh, that makes sense. Very intense, very intense. Highly successful and what you might call some sort of spiritual being or some darn thing, or could be a serial killer, or the most brazen comedian ever walked the face of the earth, or the most brazen mulatto woman to ever run for president. Various different things. Demetria Jean Gines, she's also a quadruple Scorpio. I'm married to a quadruple Scorpio, so I'm qualified to comment about quadruple Scorpios. Now, this doesn't save anything. It just shows you the results. And you can, that doesn't work. It's not in the database. That didn't work. It's not in the database. So let's put it in the database. Now you just could do the same thing. If you know his date of birth, 1935 or whatever, you put that in. But okay, nothing happened. Oh, well, nothing was supposed to happen. Something actually did happen. It went into the database this time. Now we're going to see there's only one AKA for Superman. Turn this off. And it made a syn set, a container for synonyms of Superman. Okay. Now, later on we come along and think, oh, we just learned that Superman is also named Clark Kent. I don't know if he's got a middle name. Let's not worry about it. So we're going to calculate and save. Oh, Clark Kent is a 685. Okay. Get all AKAs. There you go. There's both of them. That can come in nice and handy for you. Nice and handy. Okay, now you can clear all just like that. But let's put Kermit in. He's a 742. He's related to these configurations right here. That is Kermit or Frog. You can get the same situation going there. And let's see, search current word. Didn't open anything. Search current word, there you go. Maybe it should say search current string. There's an MIT, there's an MIT, there's an MIT, there's an MIT, and MIT, and MIT, and MIT. Smith is a very common name, Limit. What happens if I click this? Oh, it puts limit here. limit is a 999. That's interesting. Cat Stevens is a 999. Pat Hewitt is a 999. She's an old friend of mine. She died. This is Cat Stevens. Salvador Dali is a 999. Adam Sandler, this extremely intelligent murderer. Buffy St. Marie, falsely claimed to be a Cree Indian. She used to sing this warbledy way. Stephen King, 99. Okay, Bridget Fonda. I mean, come on. The murderer. This is like so. This is so very, very interesting because you can find people, put them in, and then you find out who are all the 999s. You can compare them with each other, and you learn a lot more about these numbers that way than you're going to learn by reading books on numerology. And it's a lot more interesting because you do it yourself, and it's a creative pastime. What else can we do? Oh, edit. Let's go back to Kermit. You want to type this in the way that you want it to appear. And then the program will make everything lowercase and take the spaces and punctuation out and do the numerology. Also, besides W's and Y's, you will also get a chance to tell the program about U's. If it follows a Q, then sometimes you have a real quandary. Is it a vowel or is it a consonant? Well, you can use this button and do it both ways and figure out which one you like better. Well, you know, it's numerology. It's not science, okay? You keep the one you like, but keep the one you like better, or save them as two different words. You can. If they go in different sin sets, that's just the same word, but it goes in two different sin sets, you see. Like fall. A fall. I'll get back to Kermit the Frog, I promise. Fall. Okay. Fall's already in there, so I didn't put it in again. All right, now there you go. Fall, he's in both sin sets. And this one has a description, accidentally take a tumble, which you can change that to something you like better. Fall, the season between summer and winter. Okay, fall and autumn. They're in the same sin set. Here you got fall, drop, tumble, and plunge. Okay. Now let's get back to Kermit the Frog. I don't want to make a long movie here because this is fun. I want you to get this. I mean, it's free. You can just send for it or whatever. Maybe I'll put it on the internet if you request it. So put it on my website, I guess. My website is limberluck.com, but good luck finding it because it's not there yet. But it's mine. I mean, there's nothing there. Edit the current word because I want to show you that. First of all, you could change the spelling of frog, put 2 G's on it, and click Save Changes. You could change it to private by typing a 1 here instead of a 0. You could add his birth date. You could add a second Kermit the Frog. It's still going to be word ID 1565 because all words are unique here in this app, but it will add a sin set, so you have a second sin set in case there's 2 Kermit the Frogs, and you could add AKAs for each one individually. Don't ask me if that's finished or not. I'm not sure. It probably is. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. Yeah. You're going to get a dialogue that says which one, which sin set are you putting it in, which synonym set. Okay, now let's say we don't want Kermit the Frog in there anymore. We're going to delete it. All right, I clicked that, and I assumed that it worked. So it's 1565. Let's search it. Nothing there. Okay, let's search Mitt. So we deleted it. Kermit's not here anymore. All right. Okay. Pretty good, huh? Since we know fall is in there and it already has 2 sin sets, what's another word for fall? Well, pitch is already in there, and then we could put in a new sin set for pitch. That'd be fun, because pitch means all kinds of stuff. All right. So let's add pitch and see if this works right. That should add, there you go. Select a synonym or AKA. Okay, which one of these is a synonym for pitch? Well, it's not the season between summer and winter. It means accidentally take a tumble, or that's the closest thing. There's no close button. That means you have to exit out, and that will save it. It's not saved until you exit. Okay. Okay. Now you're going to clear all and see if it worked. Pitch. Pitch. Okay. Pitch, 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 pitch. What are we going to do next? Get all AKAs. Fall, drop, tumble, plunge, or pitch. Okay. Plunge and fall are the closest numerologically speaking. But 2 and 4 are close related. In fact, 2, 4, and 8 are all close related. Close. Oh, look, there's a 2 and an 8, a 2 and an 8. There's a 4 and an 8. There's a 2. There's a 4. There's a 3 and an 8. There's a 3 and a 4. So there's quite a bit of correspondence there. Now let's see about adding a synonym for the other pitch. Let's say, for example, tar. I think that's a pretty good synonym. 1, 2, 3. That just went straight in, unfortunately. I don't think it was supposed to. Get all AKAs or synonyms of pitch. Tar went in. That's wrong. Okay. So let's get tar back out. That's a deficiency in the program. Let's clear all. Tar. Edit. Delete. Now tar, if you search it, it's not there. Okay, we successfully deleted that. So one thing you could do with pitch, you could go into edit current word and add a meaning. So we're going to add a syn set for that. So we got another set of synonyms. Add a meaning. Okay, what word is a synonym for pitch? Yeah, let's do it this way. I know you won't know what to do, because the only reason I know what to do is because I worked on this so much in the past couple of weeks. But anyway, it can always be improved. Tar. Calculate and save. Okay, it's a 1, 2, 3. I have 2 friends that are 1, 2, 3s, and they both live in the same town. And they're opposite personalities. No, they're not. They're both 1, 2, 3, but you can have a configuration, and your identical twin next door, who you're not related to, can have the same configuration, and you can do opposite stuff with it. But if you sit down and analyze according to the synphonemic principles, which are all listed here, you'll see that you can do anything with your configuration. You can do a different thing with your configuration. If you have the same configuration as Charles Manson, which like Kamala Harris does, and instead of having a hippie commune of people that go kill famous stars, you can run for vice president. It's about the same, but maybe a little bit less destructive. Hopefully, a lot less. All right, so tar is in there. Tar is a 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to put pitch in. If I could put pitch in right now because tar only has one. But I'm just going to show you the other way of doing it. Okay. Pitch. Now it's already in there. This is what this is for. Pitch is already in there. And we're going to add a synset for it that will include, in other words, we're going to add pitch to the synset that has tar in it. See, it was automatically it made a description container for synonyms of tar. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could delete pitch from synset ID number 3, which is for fall, but we're not going to do that. Add pitch to synset number 1809, which is for tar. Okay. You can see that this program needs a few finishing touches, but it's all right. It's version 0-. It's all right. Now we're going to get all AKAs or synonyms. Now there's 2, pitch and tar, and fall, drop, tumble, plunge, pitch. Okay? All right. Now what's this? This is magic. Watch. Let's go 1, 2, 3 here. Oh, 1, 2, 3. You see what changed here? This button. Do that again. Let's go 2, 5, 7. Okay? So when you click this now, it's going to give you all your 2, 5, 7s. So you don't have to figure out how to monkey around and get one of those numbers to appear over here. You just make it appear by magic right here. Okay, so that's pretty close to everything. I just wanted to show you this one thing. This is my exciting description, and you should read that carefully. These are the interpretations of the numbers 1 through 9. There's 2 sets of interpretations. This is the traditional interpretations, and they're pretty good. I read the numerology books 45 years ago, and I come up with a very similar list. So this one was written by Grok. Okay, here's my Synfonemia interpretations, and I had to do this because when I did names, I was doing okay, but then I started doing words instead of just names, and it wasn't working as good. So I started looking at the words and what they actually meant, and that's when I realized 3, 6, and 9 are very closely related. 2, 4, 6, and 8 very closely related. 4 is the octave of 2. 8 is the octave of 4. 6 is the third harmonic of 2. 6 is the second harmonic of 3. Okay, so read these, and I like this one, but it's, never going to be complete because I'm not going to live long enough to get that smart enough to finish it. So that's about all I had to say today. I think you should take an interest in numerology because for some reason it works. Okay? Well, thanks for showing up. I think that's a pretty good program. And if you want it, put it in the comments. Send me a message or something if I don't look at the comments. And I'll put it up on my website. I should do that anyway. But I haven't got anything on my website right now because I got 3 websites that I stopped paying for, and I bought a 4th one and made it a little bit bigger so I can put all the stuff from all 3 of my websites on one website. So that takes care of aircaraccess.com, unworlding.com, and treebard.com. It's all going to be moved on over to limberluck.com. Okay? Now, this is Professor U.D. Guru. Thanks for showing up. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.